And prayer we must this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwukika Biama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile Chukwukika Biama onye na-efewe n'aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebere ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro, iwe nye anyị ndụ n'ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-etoghị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-etoghị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na otuto na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much, and remember, each time you watch my video, go to the comment section, put down your comment, write your comment, say it the way you feel it, express yourself the best way you can. You can criticize if you so desire, but do it constructively so that we can learn from each other and be able to get better. Nobody knows it all. We are only coming out to say our own opinion, give our own voice to what is happening in the country of Nigeria. You can agree with me that the conventional media is not doing enough for us. They are not saying it exactly the way it is. Sometimes you blame them, sometimes you might not blame them because the government is in control of the conventional media. They tell them what to do, how to say it, and what to say at any given time. That is why we have a duty to come on social media on daily basis to speak the truth and nothing but the truth, to bring to the front burner the real actual situation of the things on ground in the contraction called Nigeria. As you and I know, the contraction called Nigeria is no longer existing. It's a failed state. Every indigenous tribe in the contraction called Nigeria is under siege. And the enemy of the people in the contraction called Nigeria is the Fulani Janjaweed. They have sworn to dip their Quran into the ocean, just as their father, Osman Danfodio, told them. The first terrorist we had in that contraction called Nigeria, which is Osman Danfodio, the very first terrorist we had in that contraction called Nigeria, he came in and he killed the Hausas and their leaders and installed his own emirs, trying to use the Fulanis to overpower the Hausas. They succeeded, and today we hear about the Fulanis, not hearing about the Hausas. From the onset, we knew that the major tribes we have in Nigeria is Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. We talk about the Wazobia, the major tribe, while we have other ethnic tribes, about 400 of them or more. But today, we are not hearing about the Hausas, not even about the Yorubas or the Igbos, but the only thing that this government in power is pushing forward is the agenda of the Fulanis. And what is the agenda of the Fulanis? To Fulanize the contraction called Nigeria and to Islamize it with their own kind of Islam, not the one that we know. We all know that we have Muslims in the southern part of Nigeria who intermarry with the Christians. They live peacefully without any trouble. But it is not the same in the north. It is not the same in the life of a Fulani man. The life of a Fulani man, he believes, is either you believe his own kind of religion or you are not a human being. They call us infidel, and they are ready to kill us at any given time. And they are just doing that. People are dying on a daily basis, on different angles, on different sections. But we will not relent in our effort. That is where we are fighting more than ever. More especially the Biafrans, the Oduduwas, and the Middle Belters. The Biafrans are leading the fight. Biafrans are fighting from all corners, from all angles. Attack is coming from left, right, and center. But Biafrans will never relent. And I urge all Biafrans and Biafran friends, if you have not joined the 150 days prayer, the prayer remains some few days to end. Please join the prayer. This is a very sensitive time, a very sensitive week. I expect every Biafran to join that prayer. That is the only way you can connect effectively to what is happening. That is the only way you can bring change. That is the only way you can hear the voice of our Namazi Nadikan, who is in captivity now. That is the way you can hear his voice. And that is where you can hear from Chukwu Kabiama to know the step we shall follow to get our victory and free our Namazi Nadikan. That is why we have to pray. And as you all know, today, being 20th of October, is another important day. Remember the ENDSARS. We cannot forget so soon, although Nigerians are so forgetful. When something happens, the next minute they forget it and they go about their businesses. That is why that contraption called Nigeria had to be destroyed, because it has damaged the brain of the people who are in it. The contraption have damaged the brain of the people that they cannot even remember what happened in the next few minutes. ENDSARS is today 1 year old of ENDSARS. After 1 year old, everything that ENDSARS stands for is still happening up to today. The police brutality is still happening. The police killing is still happening. The military killing is happening. The bad governance is still happening. The not payment of salaries is still happening. Everything that, every demand that ENDSARS made 1 year ago is still happening presently as we speak. It's still happening. And people seem to forget. But thank God that the youth are not forgetting. The youths are not forgetting. Today mark another ENDSARS. And people all over the world are watching what is happening in Nigeria. Even when the police, on their usual mood, came out and said that there will be no remembrance of the ENDSARS, the youth said no, and they are coming out in masses to celebrate those who have given their life, sincerely to make things better in that contraption, even though it will never work. They pay their own price. They play their own part to see if it's going to work. But it's obvious that it can never work in the contraption called Nigeria. The ENDSARS is an example to show you that nothing will work in that very contraption called Nigeria. This was a movement that was formed by the people who believe in their so-called one Nigeria. They were using their flag, raising their flag, calling the name of Nigeria, calling the attention of the government to do the needful. Speaking up for the country that they want a good country, still called Nigeria. But what did the government do? The government came after them, opened fire. Even while they were standing with their flag, singing the national anthem, they opened fire and killed them. And killing them was not enough for them. After killing them, what they did was to deny that somebody died in that ENDSARS. So many people who participated in that ENDSARS today are in exile. They ran away for their life. They denied that nobody died, even when there were obvious, clear evidence to show people who have died and families who are mourning for their death. The government denied till today that nobody died in ENDSARS. As usual, they formed a committee to investigate and do all this and that. At the end of the committee, nothing was found out. Nothing. Even they bribed even the foreign media. They bribed even the foreign bodies who were part of the investigation to say that the bullet that was shot wasn't from the military, that nobody was killed. That is how fraudulent that very contraption is. A contraption that will go to all lengths to defraud his own people, to tell lies. They went and bribed international communities. Even Amnesty International started speaking lie because of Nigeria. This is the damage Nigeria is causing to the world. You see the damage Nigeria is causing to the world. And when we talk of breaking it up, some people think it is out of hate. Some people think it's just about Biafran. Some people think it's just about the Odudua. Some people think it's just about the Middle Belt. It is not about us. It is about the world itself. Nigeria is about corrupting and destroying the whole world. Before you know it, the world will become so fraudulent that you can never be able to imagine. Already, Nigeria has penetrated into United Nations, telling lies in United Nations, using Amnesty International of all people to tell lies about people who die, people who they are killing. Buying up every well-meaning country in Nigeria, they are buying their embassies to speak lie against their own people. It is so sad. This is why we are crying. If you do not end Nigeria now, it will end the world. If you don't end Nigeria, it is not just about the Nigerians. This is about the life of the world. When we are fighting again, when you see Biafrans fighting and Odudua standing, Biafrans are fighting to save the world. Because if the Janjaweed succeed in what they are doing, succeed in enthroning terrorism as normal thing in Nigeria. That is what they are trying to do, to place terrorism as a normal thing. If they succeed in doing it, the world will have to contend with Nigeria, and the world will never know peace. The world have to listen to us now. Listen to us and break up this contraption to save life. Break up Nigeria to save the world. It is not just to save the people of Nigeria. To save the world, you have to break it up, because they are about corrupting the whole world. Every institution of the world that is in Nigeria is corrupt as I speak to you. They buy them up with billions of dollars. That is why Nigeria is poor. With all their riches, they still don't have money to fund their country. They don't have money. With all their riches, all the money they have in Nigeria, they use it to bribe other people to cover their evil deed. And to remind you, we cannot forget, I will play for you a video that was done by CNN to remind you what transpired during the ENDSARS, the celebration that is going on today.
It was a night of peaceful protest ended in bloodshed.
We were peaceful. They came and started shooting at us.
A CNN investigation last year pieced together what happened when the Nigerian army and later the police opened fire on its own civilians as they protested police brutality. 1 year on from the Lekki tollgate shootings, the Nigerian authorities have still not taken responsibility for what happened that night. This woman's son was one of the protesters. She's too afraid to show her face for fear of recriminations. Here is her son earlier on the day of the protest, the Lekki tollgate clearly visible behind him. When his mother found him early the next morning, he had been shot in the chest. She tried to rush him to hospital, but he died in her arms in a car. At her son's grave, his mother said she wants the government to be honest about what really happened that night.
They are releasing fire.
CNN's original investigation used timestamps, video data and geolocation to analyze hours of footage shot by protesters, tracking the army's movements to the Lekki tollgate, where protests had been taking place for nearly 2 weeks. This video appears to show the army shooting toward the crowd. Here, and at the top of your screen, here. The Nigerian army's account of what happened has shifted over time. Initially, they called it fake news and insisted soldiers had only fired blank bullets into the air, and police denied shooting anyone. The Nigerian government threatened to sanction CNN for its report. At a judicial hearing, one general said there's no way they would kill their brothers and sisters, but admitted
the soldiers will be killing both live and blank bullets.
This hearing was set up by the Lagos State government to look into cases of abuse and investigate a tollgate incident. Renewed requests for comment to the army, police and the federal government have not been answered. It's been a year since people gathered here and at the Lekki tollgate to protest against police brutality and corruption. But many Nigerians believe that the issues that drew protests 12 months ago still persist, and those who were here that night still seeking justice. DJ Switch was at the protest and live streamed much of the evening on her Instagram. A year later, she recalls how she thought they were all going to die.
I thought it was the end for all of us there. You know, I mean, when you sing the national anthem and wave your flag, your Nigerian flag, and the shooting doesn't stop, you only have one thought left in your mind.
Soon after the shootings, DJ Switch said she had to flee Nigeria, afraid for her safety. She hasn't been back since. Do you think justice is possible for those who lost their lives?
Justice is there waiting to be done. Young people are asking every day for accountability.
For many of those who witnessed these events and who remain in Nigeria, an atmosphere of intimidation and fear has taken over, leaving many too scared to step forward and push for answers. Stephanie Basari, CNN, Lagos, Nigeria.
After watching that clip from CNN, that was exactly what happened. And you can see people testifying, people whose family lost, who lost their members of their family. But the government is still denying till date. They have not taken responsibility for what happened at Lekki Toll Gate. Not just Lekki Toll Gate, even in Abuja, people were killed. They never took responsibility up to today. Instead, they came down on CNN. They threatened to ban CNN from Nigeria. They threatened to ban CNN. That was what they came out to do. But as God might have it, CNN are still speaking, saying their opinion. And we thank God for that. That is what transpired. Just a year ago, but eventually Nigerians are so forgetful, they have forgotten and they are moving about their business and saying nothing happened. But the youths, I thank God for them that the youth are not standing down and they are not keeping silent. The youth are still speaking louder than ever, speaking their voice and adding their opinion on what have transpired. And I will stand 100% with the youths that Nigeria can never stand. That is the real message. Nigeria can never stand. It doesn't matter how you paint it. The ENDSARS was supposed to be a success. It was supposed to be a success if it was a country that was supposed to succeed. ENDSARS was supposed to straighten it up. But instead of straightening it up, what they did was to bring up their hoodlums. They pay hoodlums to come and disrupt the ENDSARS. To disrupt the ENDSARS, they demonized the ENDSARS. They made the people who were protesting for a legitimate right, they made them the aggressors. Instead of being the victims, they made them aggressors. They call them bandits, they call them different kinds of names, they call them hoodlums, call them criminals, demonize them, send so many of them to exile, send so many of them to the grave. That is the Nigerian people are still calling their own. Anybody that calls him or herself in Nigeria, just as our Sunni Muslims have said, you have to spit on the face of that person because the person is an animal. Anybody that calls him or herself a Nigerian is an animal, is heartless, is not worth to live. Because Nigeria kills its own people. Nigeria doesn't have anything to offer to those people. Even the people who are claiming to be one Nigeria, Nigeria has nothing in place for them. Have nothing to offer them yet. They are ignorantly, out of their wickedness, out of their selfishness, out of their greed, to protect their fraud, they are still talking about one Nigeria. Because it is only in that fraud that they can strive. For some people, it is only in that fraud that they can succeed. It's only that fraud that can pay their bills. They don't want to live a straight life. That is why you see some people still boldly raising their head and talk about one Nigeria. Your so-called founding fathers who have brought this debt upon their own children do not care. They don't care about you. They are still protecting their loot. They have looted and looted and looted the country dry, and they are still protecting it. And you are there talking about one Nigeria. May Chukwu Kabiama bless and protect our Sudan Mazin Nandikanu, who has raised the alarm on time, who has woken up the Biafrans and Oduduans, and today Biafrans and Oduduas are not part of this mess. They are asking out of this contraption called Nigeria to have a sane nation, a place where you have human beings existing. That is what we're asking for and nothing more. Asking for self-determination, a legitimate right for every human being, enshrined in the law of Nigeria. That is what we're asking for. Is it too much to ask? Because of that request, that is why they want to arraign him in court tomorrow. And as he's coming to court, he is coming out with victory. We are not expecting anything less than unconditional release of Asuna Mazen Nandikam. He must be released because he deserves his freedom. He did nothing wrong. What he was asking for is still exactly what the ENDSARS people are asking for. That is what Asuna Mazen Nandikam is asking for. And you can see the sequence. He's coming to court tomorrow. Today, ENDSARS remembrance is coming. Go to watch the ENDSARS broadcast that he made. Mazen Nandikam is not just standing for the Igbos. He's not just standing for Biafra. He's not standing for Odudua. He is standing for the idiots who call themselves one Nigeria. He's still standing for them for a better life. Go and watch his broadcast. He was speaking of broadcasting 2 times a day during the ENDSARS. He was broadcasting twice every day during the ENDSARS. He was broadcasting twice every day to air his own opinion. He wasn't the one that initiated the ENDSARS. The ENDSARS wasn't for the breakup of Nigeria. The ENDSARS was for a betterment of the so-called one Nigeria. But our Spirit Mazen Nandikam was part and parcel of the ENDSARS. He get involved with it and he supported them. That is to show you the mindset of the person they are demonizing, the person they are bringing to court today, the person they are bringing to court tomorrow. He even stood for that one Nigeria. Remember, that was the time he made a protest for the one Nigeria, calling for them to stand up for every citizen of that very country for Nigeria. He stood up for Nigeria. Up to date, he was standing up for Nigeria. Even through the ENDSARS, he was standing up for that said call, One Nigeria. He was calling the youth to continue to stand and demand for that which is right. That is the only thing our National is asking for. For every indigenous tribe to have their rights, the rights they deserve. That is what he's asking for, and nothing more. But today, they will demonize him and call him different kinds of names. Call him different kinds of names. I thank God for today being a remembrance of the ENDSARS, to remind you that the person you are bringing to court tomorrow still talks good about that so-called One Nigeria. Only thing he's asking for is a legitimate right for everybody to decide where they belong. Referendum. It is not a crime to ask for referendum. It is not a crime to ask for self-determination. That was the only thing our National was asking for. And they are going to arraign him on court tomorrow. Nigeria will be in court tomorrow. Biafrans are standing 101% with him. And the only thing we want is unconditional release of Asorock because he has no case to answer. May Chukwu Okikabiyama continue to guide and protect our Asorock. May Chukwu Okikabiyama continue to direct him and right. May Chukwu Okikabiyama continue to stand with him, strengthen him, bring him back to us very soon. We believe that he's coming back stronger than ever. Thank you so much for watching wherever you're watching me. And remember us. Bye-bye. See you again on the next video.